Hello. Um, I'm working with a branding consultant right now, and she's asking me what I do. And I was trying to explain it, and I said, what I basically do is I help men understand women and women understand their feminine. Because I think what's happening in the world is there's this rising of feminine energy. So if you look back at like the Industrial Revolution, for example, it's like we became very masculine as a society. Like we became focused on achievement and production and efficiency, and we started to do more masculine type values. And when I say masculine, I don't mean men or women. I mean like the masculine inside of all of us. And we started to do more masculine things. So like, how many widgets can we make in an hour? Like, how quickly can we move? How can we produce the most amount of things? And I think that we kind of took that as far as we can take it. Like, if you look at our planet right now, if you look at the degradation that's happening, the competition, it's like, I think that we have reached the extent of male masculine dominance. And so now there's a new feminine energy that's rising. So if you look at like companies, for example, like their number one thing that they want their people to learn is how to be innovative, creative, and collaborative. Those are all like traditionally feminine values. And again, feminine as in the feminine in all of us. And so there's like this collective rising of feminine that's needed in order to create more union with the masculine. And why this matters is it's the same inside of us. And so like our masculine also needs to find union with our feminine. So, for example, I'll just talk about myself as a product of like a masculine world. I like grew up as quite a like a woman who's very comfortable in her masculine. So I was like, I knew how to like get good grades, how to study, how to like be very goal oriented and achievement driven, take charge, lead the group. But when it came to feminine energy, if I'm going to be honest, I had some biases against it. When people would say feminine, I was like, oh, so you mean like wearing makeup and dressing up? And it's like as women, we grow up, we don't have any concept of what a powerful feminine looks like. Because the way we think about it is just like demeaning, honestly. So I've been spending the last 4 years like learning how to cultivate my relationship with feminine through practices like dance, like Mama Gina Mastery, orgasmic meditation. Like, how do I cultivate my relationship with that side of me? And because ultimately what I'm trying to do is like find union between the how, the like get things done masculine, and my feminine, who's the why. She's the desire, the motivation, and the pleasure, the joy, the aliveness, the vibrancy. She's all those things. And it's like, as I find that union inside myself, it's easier external. And so what I do is help men understand the feminine, because when you're not used to the feminine, it looks confusing. Like, women might look like they're all over the place, they look crazy, they can't commit to things. So it's like learning another language. So I help men learn the feminine, and then I help women get in touch with their own feminine. Because I see a lot of women that are stuck in their head, or they feel dry and stressed out. And usually it's because that they're not in touch with their feminine energy, which totally makes sense because we live in a masculine-dominated world. So that's what I do. And ultimately, the idea is like I want union. Like I want men to understand women and women to understand men, so that we can find more union and joy. A bunch of people have recommended David Dita's books, and he has this great example. And he was like, in the 50s, men and women had very strict archetypes. Like, men had to be the providers and the protectors, and women had to be like the nurturers and the homemakers. And then as a society, we're like, that doesn't quite work for us. And so with like feminism, women started to become more masculine, like the era of pantsuits and shoulder pads and, women dominating the boardrooms. And it was great, but instead of embodying feminine power, they took on masculine power. And so now, as a society, we're kind of left with, well, how do we be feminine and masculine, but be equals and be powerful? It's not easy. It is, it's a tall order. But I think if we want like attraction, desire, understanding, peace, it requires knowing the other side. Women understanding men and their femininity, men understanding women. So just a couple thoughts on masculine, feminine union, why it matters inside of ourselves and like collectively that we understand the feminine and the masculine. And I would love to hear from you, like, where do you get stuck on understanding masculine or feminine? Or do you even, is that a helpful distinction for you? Some people hate it when I talk about feminine, masculine. I just want to know what you're thinking about it and what resonates, what doesn't. And have a great day.